Wait, what? On the one hand, the headline is technically accurate. On the other hand, 49% of Americans could not definitively say they'd support the North in the Civil War. What the fuck? Most Americans think they would have supported the North if they'd been alive during the Civil War. Wait. 51% of U.S. adult citizens said they would support the North. %, say neither. Who are you supporting in that situation? Why did somebody say neither? Like, so in that circumstance, you're like, abolition or not? I mean, this is like extreme centrism right here. You know, both sides had some good ideas. Yeah, like slavery and also the abolition of it, you know? Wild to me also that 8% of black Americans said they would support the South. 30% of black Americans said not sure, and 11% of black Americans said neither. What is happening, dude? If you want a better indication, if you want a better fucking indication that, like, American education and American culture and American existence is white supremacist to its fucking core, okay? To its goddamn core, there's no better statistic to look at than the 8% of black Americans saying they would support the South, 30% of black Americans saying not sure, and 11% of black Americans saying neither. Okay? Do you understand? Is this a good poll, though? I mean, I don't know what their sample size is, but it's a YouGov poll, and they're fine. Also, what is happening with 9% of Democrats who said they would support the South? Like, they're the Dixiecrats. This is fucking insane. The North won and did totally fail to do justice by black Americans during Reconstruction, so I don't blame the neithers. I don't think the neithers are thinking about it that much. I think the failure of the North to completely raise and restructure the South was the unironic reason as to why there are people that are saying neither or not sure, or 8% of black Americans are saying they would have supported the South, because it's the fundamental failure to, like, completely restructure society and allow white supremacist power holders to go back to their same go back to a similar hierarchy without any sort of, like, significant punishments beyond, oh, you just can't do slavery anymore. I don't think it's because, like, people were upset and that's why they're saying neither. They're like, oh man, you know, I'm just, like, mad at either side on the situation. I think it's because of the failure of Reconstruction era, Reconstruction to actually reconstruct the South, that you know, kept the maintenance of white supremacist values, white supremacist fundamentals, and white supremacist hierarchies. That is the reason why these are some serious white supremacist outcomes. Sample size was 1,000. That's an adequate sample size. Do you wanna hold me? Come closer. I want you, lady. I can't speak of the rest of the country, but here in the Southeast, the whole state's rights justification was pushed heavily in high/middle schools. Yeah, I think so too. About 31% of the people in the poll did not know the North won the Civil War. Holy fucking moly. If you combine unsure and Woodside, it's about 30% in all categories. 30% rule prevails. states' rights being a thing that people are educated on in American schooling, when it's clearly not the full picture. It's states' rights to own slaves and keep the maintenance of chattel slavery. The fact that there is even a counter to that, the fact that there is like this ahistorical approach to the Civil War, is directly a product of exactly what I'm talking about. And it was done deliberately by the Daughters of the Confederacy, a organization. Sole purpose is to whitewash white supremacist attitudes of the South, or to normalize it by way of education early on. Okay? That's what it is, and they very successfully did that. Abraham Lincoln is also very favorably viewed by 82% of Americans. Who was the 10% that says somewhat unfavorable? Harriet Tubman, 75%. It's just like the way they're teaching it in school. Look at that. 31% only view it as somewhat unfavorable. 44% view Robert E. Lee as a favorable, very or somewhat favorable figure. 44%. More people view Robert E. Lee favorably than Sherman. That's insane. Obviously, everybody views John Brown unfavorably. That's normal, to be fair. That's, they still do to this day. They consider him to be a terrorist and of the wrong kind, right? They consider him to be a mass murderer or whatever. It's like, yeah, he was mass murdering slavers, bitch. Shut the fuck up. But this is why we talk about statues being erected for these figures, okay? When you erect statues for Robert E. Lee, this is the goal. This is the not so hidden intentional goal of reconstructing a narrative, rewriting a narrative, whitewashing history, okay? Happening with this fucking Apple Watch. It's like trying to, hey Siri, Civil War. But no, I don't want to. No, stop. Fuck. I can't say those two words.